Math 102, complex numbers. A single complex number is any number in the form a plus bi, where we say a is the real part and b is the imaginary parts. And let's add, subtract, and multiply. Now you'll notice we've got parentheses, so you can see that there are two complex numbers here, but as I add, I am going to ignore those parentheses. So I have 2 plus 3i, and then adding to that negative 4 plus 5i. 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2, and 3i plus 5i is 8i. Now my answer is a single complex number, negative 2 plus 8i. However, we don't want to write that as 8i minus 2 because we always want the real part first and the imaginary part second. So make sure to enter it like that for the homework, otherwise it will be marked as incorrect. Let's subtract 3 minus 5i minus the quantity negative 7 plus I, and let's distribute that negative sign. So adding up like terms, I get 10 minus 6i. Again, I get a single complex number as my answer. Let's multiply 6 plus 5i times 3 plus 7i. So let's FOIL. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 7i is 42i. 5i times 3 is 15i. And 5i times 7i is 35i squared. Now we can simplify that. 42i plus 15i is 57i. And remember that I squared is negative 1. So I can rewrite positive 35i squared as negative 35. And finally, I then get negative 17 plus 57i. So again, I get a single complex number as my answer. Now, we do want to know this term conjugate. The conjugate of a plus bi is a minus bi. So the sign in the middle changes, however the sign out front is the same. So if I've got 8 minus 4i, its conjugate is 8 plus 4i. Again, the sign in front's the same, it's only the sign in the middle that's opposite. And something interesting will happen as I do this multiplication, so let's multiply and find out. So foiling, I get 64 plus 32i minus 32i minus 16i squared. The two middle terms cross out, and again, that last term I can rewrite as positive 16. My answer is a real number. In fact, it's a whole number. And this is a fairly significant result. So again, when I multiply together two conjugates, my answer should be an integer.